These are 8. First one is noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. Okay, here they are actually 8, and here I am not giving very lengthy definitions. Each and every parts of speech I am giving you as a small sentence. Okay, noun, single sentence, that is name of anything. We can take into consideration anything, name. The name of anything is called as noun, and instead of noun we are using pronoun. Here I am giving one example. For noun, Rama is a boy. Here Rama is a noun. Okay, and pronoun, instead of noun we use this. Okay, instead of noun we use this pronoun. Okay, and here he is good. Instead of Rama I have used here he. So he comes under pronoun. The next one is adjective. Adjective gives us quality of a noun or a pronoun. Okay, quality of a noun or a pronoun. Okay, so this is adjective. Okay, here he is good. Okay, who is good here? He is good. Good is adjective because it gives the quality of the pronoun. Okay, so this is adjective. And then verb. Verb is action word, that is he plays. Here play comes under verb. Okay, this is the action word, that means some work is being done. Okay, then next one is adverb. Here adverb actually it qualifies or modifies verb sometimes, adjective sometimes, adverb sometimes. Okay, so all these three will be there in the adverb. That's why I made this word into 3 forms. First one is add here means adjective, then verb and another adverb. First one is adjective, second one is verb, and the third one is adverb. So sometimes it qualifies or modifies verb, sometimes it qualifies or modifies adjective, sometimes it qualifies or modifies adverb. Okay, another adverb. Adverb will qualify or modify another adverb. Okay, that's why these three we can see in the same word, that is adverb. So like this you can remember very easily. And then preposition. Preposition, you cut the word like this, and preposition. So what is the position here? The position of noun or pronoun. So this preposition usually it precedes noun or pronoun. Okay, it precedes noun or pronoun. So before noun or pronoun we use this one. Then it expresses a relation between to another word or element. Okay, so it also expresses a relation to another word or element in the clause. And he is sitting on the chair. Okay, here on, where he is sitting? On the chair. Okay, so this is actually chair is a noun. Before this this on is used. So on is preposition of the noun. The next one is conjunction. Junction, here also we can split the word like this. Conjunction. Junction is joining point. So here it connects words or clauses or sentences. Okay, so conjunction is a word which connects the words or clauses or sentences. Now I have a ball and a bat. Here and is a joining word. Okay, so ball and bat, both of them are joined with the word and. So this is conjunction. Okay, conjunction. The next one is interjection. Interjection means sudden expression. Anything that may be good or bad, but suddenly if you express, then we call it as interjection. Okay, and then here wow, I gave wow, awesome, like that. Okay, sudden expression. Okay, so here parts of speech like this I explained you, but I'll give you one example now. With this exemplary sentence you can understand each and everything very easily. How you can easily understand these parts of speech, I teach you now. Okay, with the help of one sentence. Now here I gave an example. The student observed the slide under the microscope very keenly. Okay, here each and every word, how can we find out the parts of speech? That I explain. Now I explain you here. Okay, the very first word, the. Okay, very first word is the. So under which parts of speech it comes? Okay, so the is actually one article. Okay, what are the 3 articles? A, an and the. According to parts of speech, all these 3 articles will become adjectives. Okay, so this the will come under adjective. Okay, then next one is, so don't forget a and the, these 3 articles will come under always adjectives. The next one is student. Okay, so now I'll tell you second word you take into consideration now, student. Okay, now the easiest method I teach you how to recognize parts of speech. Okay, because sometimes the adjective may be adverb, sometimes adverb may be verb, like that it will change. Okay, so if you find out in dictionary, that will be different, but here this is how can easily because basing on the circumstances, the parts of speech will be changed. Okay, that's why I will tell you how to do this. According to the context, it will be changed. So that's why I am telling you. I teach you now how to find out what is the particular parts of speech for a particular word. That I teach you now. Okay. Now you take a student. Okay. Student is the word. Then if this is the answer, okay, suppose this is the answer, then frame a question for this. Okay, you can frame the question even your mother tongue or else in English, you can do, no problem. But the thing is, you must know that this is the answer and what will be the question. What will be the question for here? Who observed? Okay, or who has observed this? Okay, who has observed? The student has observed, or the student observed. Okay, who observed this? The student. So student comes under noun. Okay, this is common noun. Okay, this is common noun. This is the answer. Suppose the student is the answer. The question is who observed? The student observed, because this is a subject now. Okay, so the subject comes under noun and student is a common noun. You need not go deep into the subject, only noun is enough. Okay, then you take the next word is observed. Okay, then if observed is the answer, what will be the question? What did the student observe? Okay, what did the student observe? What did the student observe? Sorry, what did the student do? The question is here, what did the student do? What did the student do? The student observed. So he is doing some work. Work means verb, because this is action word. Okay, the student observed. What did the student do? He observed. That is work. So that is nothing but verb. Okay, then you take the, of course already we discussed, that is adjective. And then next slide. So what did the student observe? This is the question. What did the student observe? The slide he observed. Okay. So slide. Again this is noun. Common noun. Okay. Noun you can take. What did he observe? The student observed the slide. Then under. Okay. Next word is under. Okay. So here this is under. Where did he observe? Okay, where did he observe? He observed under the microscope. Okay, so this is position of the slide. Position of the slide. That's why it is preposition. Okay, what is this? Preposition. Position of the noun. That's why this is preposition. Under he observed the slide under the microscope. Okay, microscope is also noun. No, before this is the preposition. Here microscope and this is preposition. Then next one is microscope. Of course this is noun. Okay, from where he observed under the microscope. My microscope is noun because he has observed in the under that. Okay, the next one is very and keenly. Together we have to learn now. Very and keenly together we have to learn. Okay, now you take. How did the student observe? Okay, how did the student observe? The student observed keenly. Okay, you take this first. How did the student, this is the answer. And what will be the question? How did the student observe? The student observed keenly. Okay, so keenly. So here observed, this is related with this. Okay, have you got the point? Keenly is related with observed. How did the student observe? The student observed keenly. So this is associated with the verb. So which modifies or qualifies? Okay, which modifies or qualifies? The verb is adverb. Okay, this is the definition now. That's why this keenly comes under adverb. Okay, and very. How keenly he observed? Okay, how keenly he observed? He observed very keenly. Okay, so keenly is already adverb. Is it clear? Keenly is already adverb. So this is telling, this is modifying one more adverb. That's why very is also an adverb. Have you got? Okay. So how keenly he observed? Very keenly he observed. That's a very also will come under adverb only. Okay, because it is qualifying another adverb, that is keenly, and very is qualifying or modifying another adverb. That's why it is also an adverb. Okay. So like this, if you frame questions for these answers in the given sentence, then easily you can find out the parts of speech, and this is the easiest method to understand parts of speech during the whenever you do this work, because this is always confusing and basing on the context, that answer will be changed. Sometimes that a word will play the role of adjective, sometimes an adverb, like that it changes. That's why we get always confusion. So in order to remove this confusion, we have to depend on this method. Just you frame a question for each and every word as the answer. Then you get the correct parts of speech. Okay. I hope you understood this. Thank you.